Today in the Xinhua Shanghai office, we invite two guests with us to talk about the Chinese economy and also other global economy issues. The World Economic Annual Forum kicked off in Davos, Switzerland. WEF president interviewed by Xinhua that he thought the greatest challenges in this year is the slower growth of the world economy. And meanwhile, he is quite optimistic for the Chinese growth in late 2023 and 2024. What's in your view, what's the current situation about the Chinese economy?
It has been a very complicated year. We are looking now more forward into 2023, 2024. With the recent decisions that have been taken, the positiveness is more back into the foreign community.
When we talk about the Chinese economy, there's a key word that supply chain. So I wonder that according to the EY and also from the aspects of your clients, have you observed the different multinational companies, their allocation in China and also in the world? Is there any changes?
When we discuss with our clients, they have a global vision basically on supply chain, right? And they need to think also long term due to the fact that there are some very, very strong ecosystems in terms of supply chain that are very difficult to transfer out, right? When you think about the chemical industry, when you think about the automotive industry, these ecosystems are so much embedded into the China industry.
I saw the latest data that shows the Chinese annual foreign trade volume just hit a high record in 2022. So do you still believe that China still remains as the world manufacturing center?
There were two major headwinds for the Chinese manufacturing sector and global supply chains. The first obviously was COVID. As he was saying, there was that initial period when the world really depended on China to produce the things that it couldn't produce. But there was another issue that goes back to the United States and this desire to try to affect some type of decoupling. If we look at the data, China is the largest trading partner of most countries in the world. That's not going to change significantly. One of the things that we've seen is as some countries or some buyers have started to diversify, for example, if they're looking to buy their products now out of Vietnam or India or other places, these supply chains are deeply connected to China as well. And
we have invited another special guest, Klaus Newman, Vice President of the SAP. When I asked him whether he thinks the new China story of economy, new China story has changed, here his answer.
Chinese success model built a lot on exports, producing here, basically the manufacturing house of the world. That also now is complemented by a strong domestic market, of course. And that's also a major shift, right? Because there's a huge so-called middle class from a consumer point of view. Many companies, also multinational companies, to localize stronger.
That for most of the companies, it's a mistake to the short term to look at Chinese economy, but we should use the long term or the medium term mindset to look at the Chinese economy. So what's your view?
When you are here, you basically think long term, because I think the leaders in China, they do what they say and they say what they do, which is very appreciated, right, by foreign investors. We are here at advocate, of the success of our respective countries, I would say, with China, in China. We live in China, and this is why we are here.
China, I think more than any other country in the world, does have this long-term vision and is certainly building towards it. And as we saw with the achievement of the first 100 and the establishment of the Xiaokeng, we can talk about whether or not the Chinese economy is going to have some volatility this year. It probably will. But long term, I believe China's the place to be. That's why I've made my home here. That's why I've raised my kids here.
Mm-hmm. So Professor, do you think that if the company wants to achieve success in China, they should use different mindset or different approaches?
One of the other sort of major development that I think has been happening in China that a lot of people are not fully aware of, and I don't know how you see this, is the tremendous steps forward that successful businesses in China have taken in terms of their multi-platform approaches to marketing. Foreign companies, if they try to come back and they try to build or they try to invest, that they really need to study this sort of new model of market.
If we take the U.S. Chip Act, for example, which might causing the supply chain disruption in the world, so some people say that the diversification of the supply chain might be the solution or the right choice. What's your opinion?
But I'm very confident in two aspects of China to deal with this type of problem. First, the Chinese political system is a system that is designed to deal with crises. I do think that we'll see some technological breakthroughs that will make this problem disappear. But another issue, and this is a key focus of my research, is that the United States really has a misunderstanding of technology. They think that they can just remove a chip or something like this, and this is going to create some sort of crisis for China. But in fact, what China is a technological society. It's not just a society with technology, but it's the way the society functions together, how the government, how the people, how the industries, how all these things come together.
Thank you for joining us and share so many deep insights with us this time, and looking forward to have you both next time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.